Okay, are we there yet? Is it soup yet? Let's get a captain's log start date. We call that a CLSD. Hello. Establishing beyond space and time. Who and where we are. Who am I? Where am I? Who ordered the veal cutlet? It's an old line. I use it probably too frequently. Okay. Brett Gelman. Brett Gelman, as I was notified by Google, which is notifying me, oddly enough, for just about everything. Nobody that I've actually requested to be notified about. They're just showing up down here, boop, 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 right and left. And I would really piss and moan about it, except for the fact that I've stumbled across some extremely exciting knowledge and learned some details about things that I probably wouldn't have if they hadn't gone boop, boop, boop. So that's how I wound up looking at Mr. Gelman. I did not realize he was in Stranger Things, but apparently he is.
Yeah, he's like wearing polo shorts and shirts and khakis and just like a lot of golfing. A lot of golfing. Yeah.
We'll leave him with that. That's great. He says he has a mean face. Doesn't look too mean. All right, so there is my response to, we don't need this now. Here's the IMDb, which is kind of woefully inadequate, I think. Actor and writer. The other guys. Anyway, well-known character actor. What is this? That is my Twitter. So let's go back to something of really serious consequence. Brett says, and he's putting his butt on the line here, which precious few people are willing to do, and that is to join up with Extinction Rebellion. You can find that out for yourself. Probably want to use DuckDuckGo and not Google, because Google has joined the censorship revolution, which is no longer regarded as a revolution because it extends back for the last several hundred years, but we won't even go there. He says, I want children and their children to be in a world that doesn't have to be in a nightmare we created. That's a quote. I want children and their children to be able to be in a world that doesn't have to be to live rather in a nightmare that we created. And then here's his IMDb, which is how we got to that. The rebellion will take place across the globe, 7th of October, and so on and so forth. All right. Well, now, why am I even doing this? I started writing a tweet. Is this it? Or did I lose it? I may have lost it. Here we go. So this is what we have to begin with. We'll come back to that. But I want to post this video in connection with that, what I call a chain tweet, which is kind of like blogging on Twitter. They don't let you do that, but I've developed this kind of stealth method in order to make longer, cohesive thoughts, not in one tweet. Anyway, you'll see. The rebellion will take place, yada yada. All right, I was reading down through the comments. Some of them are very good. Here's someone that says, but if I'm being honest, we're too far gone, yada yada. There is my response to one. I'll come back to that. Reversing this seems impossible to me, but who knows? Okay, well, this is fairly new. This was about 2 or 3 hours ago, I believe. I'm not seeing it. Oh, wait a minute, October 3. So that was yesterday. All right, so I saw this comment, and it struck me, and I felt moved to respond to it. Judging by the comments section here, we are mostly doomed. Doom and gloom. Except, that doesn't mean we stop fighting for what the science is telling us. Don't allow the world to make you feel bitter and angry. And after having tried to record this a few moments ago, speak much, I found myself getting very angry because I kept tripping over my words. Then I wondered, where's the anger coming from? Because I handled my anger, supposedly years ago, in all of the pop psychology and audio tapes and videotapes and personal one-on-one mentorship and on and on and on. Taken everything in Southern California just about that you can take in Southern California. Because as you know, Southern California, why are all the fruits and nuts in Southern California? Sorry about that. Because some time ago, unbeknownst to anybody, they tipped the country and everything that was loose rolled down into Southern Cal. So, yeah, I've done a lot of stuff, supposedly became enlightened, and here I am angry as a wolverine with a turpentine tail. Where did that come from? Maybe you feel the same way. Maybe you have yet to expose yourself to the hard science info, which will then prompt you to probably feel the same way. That's not mine to adjudicate. So I'm going to now read what I wrote in response to this fellow. I'm assuming it's a fellow. Correct. Folks, we are living in an adult kindergarten, functioning within a near sociopathic OS. What's an OS? Well, most of you know an OS is an operating system. Computers use operating systems. iOS is an operating system. It allows the box of parts to communicate one part with another across the complex, and so on and so forth. Back and forth, parts to software, to parts to software. That's your operating system. We, as human beings, are living in an OS. If you saw The Matrix, you kind of have a rough idea of how that works, but that's another story. But a near sociopathic OS. Why? Well, the question is from that old commercial, do people fill in the blank? And then the response was by the voiceover talent, people do. Do people lie? People do. Do people love games and will not let go of the game to save their lives? Literally, people do. You see where that would end up. It's enough of that. All right, so beginning again. Folks, we are living in an adult kindergarten functioning within a near sociopathic OS. Moreover, Jung's collective unconsciousness, or unconscious rather, is just that, and worse, very, very ill. By just that, we're referring to unconscious. Oh, hello. That said, speaking ontologically and or spiritually, we are not, at least yet, utterly out of options. And then I signed a Dion the Correlator Smith, which is what they've been calling me recently. Paladin6 on Twitter, if you want to look it up. Well, you're already on Twitter, or you wouldn't see this probably. Then there is thevelvetdoberman.com, which is a television show that I've been working on and still am. Although I don't have as many hopes for it as I used to, which is why you will see the need for this to be updated. Simply because of the fact that sponsors are what enable all programs really to be on major media. We'll call it mainstream media, which is what you don't hear, or where, rather, you don't hear about what I'm going to be going into in just a moment. So please bear with me. Follow me through on this. Having to do with sponsorship, let's say that I'm wooing a company by the name of, well, we won't mention any names here, but their initials are Monsanto, and I proceed to take them down handily on primetime national television during rush hour, or perhaps dinner time. So therein lies the problem with the Velvet Doberman show, and so on and so forth. All right, back to this. After having written this, which is all I thought I was going to write, I had some second thoughts, so I decided to add something. I mean, here it is, addendum. Let's hope that whatever I add isn't dumb. But an overarching critical scenario, although anthropogenic damage, that is, climate change, to this home we live on. The home we live on, contrasted with in. That damage is undeniable. Although it's undeniable, there is a thing we need to be talking about and exposing unrestrictedly. The ginormous elephant in the sky, climate engineering. It is in your face. Oh, not even reading my own copy. It is in your face real. Now, today, proven. Real scientists, not the paid off ones. Ridiculously and insultingly, it is being bandied about as though we might have to try it. Oh, give me a break. Deflection and confusion of the populace by design strategy. Well, if you're woke, as they say, end quotes, you'll know that. People get with it. It's already here and has for some 70 years. That's the message. Right here is the end all be all. Do your research. Yes, conceivably, some short term palliative result, I mean, there may be something of some value, but ultimately making things far worse, not better. Learn about this, otherwise, you will be joining the growing ranks of the paid conspiracy theorists. Theorists? Yes, there are. Better believe it. Who are making conspiracy theory out of whether or not there are conspiracy theories. Sit back and ponder that a while. Do you see the divide and conquer model? Let's say that again a little more slowly. Do you see the divide and conquer model implanted here? And that's it. How long have we been recording? 11 minutes? Well, could be worse. Love and shares, the correlator on the 4th of October. Out. Out. Out, damn spot. Oh, here it is. Bye-bye.